Hey, everybody, welcome to our new show, The Lead, where we give you a weekly roundup on everything that's happening in pop culture with gaming, news, and esports. This is The Lead. Okay, great. So, on today's show, we're going to be talking about Spider-Man No Way Home. They broke a crazy record yesterday, completely shutting down everything. It's bananas out there right now. Scalpers out there selling tickets for ridiculous amounts of money. I mean, like, where do we go with this? And they separated and came out with a huge announcement. What do you think about it, Miracle?
Man, you know what? I will say this. You know it is owned by Sony when on release you can't get a ticket. You can't find anything. Um light digs, but I think it's crazy. It really is because in my head I'm thinking, is Spider-Man that top tier? We're not talking Marvel or we're not talking the Avengers. We're talking just Spider-Man. I think it's crazy, but you know, not even talking about getting a ticket. They're talking about possibly releasing NFTs along with the tickets. I think that's mind blowing. I haven't heard of any other company doing something like this. Um, it's kind of crazy. I don't know where it's gonna go, but I think they're
Well,
doing something big.
well, think about it, man. Spider-Man has a huge staple in the Marvel genre or the universe. I mean, and it's a big thing. Tom Holland is still young. He's kind of taking over the mantle right now for
No,
Iron Man.
absolutely, absolutely.
So, and I'm very curious as to see kind of how they develop the character and where it goes, from here after No Way Home. And speaking on developing the character, Sony, along with Marvel, came out yesterday and actually announced that we're not stopping here. We're coming out with three more Spider-Man movies. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be awesome. And this will just help expand on the whole Avengers,
No,
the rest of the Marvel
absolutely.
universe. I mean, what do you think about that?
So my thing is and I'm kind of taken back. I'm gonna reference something that Tom Holland was telling GQ magazine. He says if I'm playing Spider-Man's after I'm 30, I've done something wrong, and that kind of sentiment kind of hits home with me because we see how some companies continuously try to use these popular actors and just continue to build on a franchise. I don't think that Tom Holland wants to be known as just Spider-Man, so I don't really know where they're going to go. I absolutely do hope that we see a lot more Spider-Man history. I really hope we see some type of Miles Morales in the future, but is that going to happen with Tom Holland still in the picture? Probably not. Um, but I think one reason Spider-Man's still on this mantle is because Tom Holland is killing it as Spider-Man. Um,
Absolutely, I agree.
and I mean that's no hate on the previous Spider-Mans that we have seen, but I think along with the MCU and how they are helping push out Spider-Man, they're just killing the game right now. They
Right,
really are.
absolutely. What do you think about the rumors that we might see a Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man in
So
this one? Do you think that there's anything to it, or do you think that that may be a little bit too far fetched?
I don't want to say it's far fetched because the MCU probably could do that in 2 hours or 3 hours. I guarantee it. My problem is that we're taking arguably two of the biggest with Toby Maguire and then Tom Holland, and then you're throwing in Andrew Garfield. I personally liked him as Spider-Man. I didn't really like Toby Maguire, but everybody's a Toby Maguire Spider-Man fan. Let's be honest, everybody loves him. Oh, that's Spider-Man. That's my Spider-Man. Um, how are they going to fill it in? Who's going to get more screen time? How are they going to, kind of balance that? Especially if Toby Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to reprise roles as Spider-Man just for a movie. That's kind of where my questioning comes in. It's like, is it going to be a part one and then we get a part two, kind of like Endgame? Are we going to see the first starting of it and then, hey, we'll finish this next movie in 2 or 3 years? I really don't know.
Well, hey,
How are you feeling about it though?
well, I can tell you this. I'm looking forward to it. I love everything that Tom Holland has done. I love
Oh,
his work.
absolutely.
I'm absolutely looking forward to when he does Uncharted, and he plays the character Drake. I think that's going to be fantastic.
And
Um,
that's exactly what I'm talking about. He's
right.
going into another movie, and so are we gonna know him as, you know, are we gonna know
I
him just from Uncharted?
I
Or
don't know, man. But I'll say this: Marvel has a way of being able to retain their actors for their characters. And Kevin Feige, I have to give him this. He finds a way to kind of draw you in, and as the actor, and make you, actually accept that character and say, hey, this is mine. Because if we remember in the past, Robert Downey Jr. actually wanted to leave. He wanted to stop playing Iron Man,
oh, absolutely.
before they got into Avengers, and they convinced him to stay on. So I'm looking forward to what the future has. I think they can do it. I love what Marvel is doing. I love the fact that they're going to keep Spider-Man going on, because Spider-Man is one of those characters that has always been like a main staple in the Marvel comic universe. So
No,
I'm
for
looking
sure.
forward to what they're doing. But let's go ahead and kind of transition over, because we wanted to talk about Pokemon. We both played
Yeah,
Pokemon over the weekend, got our
Pokemon
hands on
has
it,
been on
put
my
a few
mind for
hours
sure.
into it. Right, exactly. So, what are your thoughts on it? Like, give me your rating, and then give me why you rated it
It's
like that.
a solid mid tier game. I'm gonna go with a 6.5 out of 10. For me, it's a rinse and repeat. And I know that they have the new underground system, and I love that. I think that shit is pretty cool. How you can go to the different rooms underground, and you have a fire room for your fire Pokemon. You have your grass room. You have your rock room. You have a room with some water and can catch some water Pokemon down there. And then of course you have these bigger rooms throughout the underground, and you have a better chance of catching potentially a more rare legendary Pokemon there. For me, I think it's cool, but it really falls on the exclusive Pokemon per game for me. And Brilliant Diamond just knocked it out of the park. I'm getting Scyther, I'm getting Scizor, I'm getting Tyranitar, I'm getting, Ho-Oh, Entei, Argon. I'm getting all of these great Pokemon. And then you look at Shining Pearl, and I would just be getting the legendary birds and Lugia and then Houndoom. For me, I think that Diamond just had more options that I wanted. Of course, yeah, don't get me wrong, I want the legendary birds, but for me, it was like I'm getting more bang for my buck and going to Diamond. And yeah, hey, I can trade with you all day long. You have Shining Pearl, so if I really want something, I'm just gonna trade with you. Makes no difference. So for me, mid tier game, 6.5. But how do you rate it?
So I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I, I'll have to probably get about a solid 5.5, maybe 6.
Okay.
Um, for me, honestly, I feel fighting Pokemon was completely one sided. It's completely way too OP. There
Yeah.
wasn't a lot of balance within the game for me when it came to the Pokemon, and whether or not you really want to build out your team, and kind of like have a little bit of mix and have something different for every little thing, and really be able to say, like, if they come with this, I can counter with this or something like that. It was just heavily on the fighting side. So if you had a fighting type Pokemon, if you had a Pokemon that had a fighting type move, you were pretty much going to dominate in the entire game. I did like the underground system, but to be honest, it was lacking a few things for me. Um,
Okay.
yeah, to be for the Pokemon that were there, and for it to be the underground system, I was really looking for something that was kind of gonna like really wowed me or blew me away. Every time I went into one of the big chambers in the underground system, I thought to myself, like, man, I'm gonna spend more time here because there's probably gonna be like some kind of rare Pokemon that I haven't seen or something like that. And it was just lacking that. It didn't really kind of have that flair or that flash or anything like that. Brought back a lot of nostalgia. The gameplay was solid. I didn't really have any issue with the gameplay, but it was just a balance for me. The balance was not there.
Yeah, and I can completely agree. Sadly, I'm kind of one of the guys that I just power level my starter out the
Yeah,
gate,
yep,
and I just make it work.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I have two or three fighting types in my party, just because that's how it happened. And then
Hmm.
I know Mew was exclusive, so I have Mew in my party. Just why not?
Absolutely. Yep.
Why not? Um,
Right.
but then the other thing is and this is something else I found cool about the underground system. You're getting other starters from other regions by going through some of those caves. So
That's it.
for me, it was pretty cool because I'm like, guess who I'm gonna get? I'm gonna get a Charmander because
Right.
because you know what I want? I want Charizard.
Right.
I'm
Right.
gonna roll through with some Charizard. But then you're going and you're getting your like kind of exclusives for, oh, I need to beat this gym, so let me go grind out some really strong grass Pokemon or whatnot. But most of the time, I have a move set on any one of my party members to where I'm just like, say less. I'm just gonna one stock every single Pokemon you have because I know this move is gonna just destroy. So I can definitely agree there are some overpowered um, moves, especially when you go onto that fighting tier.
Right. I got it. Well, that's everything for us for today for the league, man. You know, really looking forward to doing this a whole lot more often. Looking forward to bringing a lot more to the audience when it comes to everything that we have in gaming, pop culture and esports, man. So appreciate you being on, man.
No,
Doing this with
absolutely.
me. And hey, everybody out there, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video to really boost our numbers up. So thanks again. This is the league. We'll talk to you later. Bye.